All right, everybody. Now we have a live story for you. Let's bring on Natalie Cumming. Good morning, Natalie. Thank you for waiting.
Good morning. It's great to be on here.
And Natalie, you're a 20-year-old college student. Is that right?
Yes, I'm a 20-year-old college student. I'm also currently working its part-time job to get me through college right now.
And it says here that you have epilepsy, autism, POTS, and chronic migraines and mast cell activation. Is that right?
Yes, those are like the top ones that I think may be related. I have a couple of other issues, but those are just sort of the ones that have affected my life the most so far.
Natalie, well, it's wonderful to have you. Actually, it's not Natalie, it's Natalia. I do apologize.
Natalia, yeah. A lot of people, it's okay. A lot of people confuse me, my name for being Natalie, so I'm used to it at this point.
Well, Natalia, can you tell us your story in your own words, please? Because this started when you were just 5 months old.
Oh yeah, it's sad it started at 5 months old because the chronic illness is all I've ever known. But so of course, when I was a baby, my parents were young. They wanted to do what was best for me. Um, and of course, he had all the doctors telling them, "Well, you gotta get your child vaccinated, like the best thing to do for her." So I was given Hep B, DTaP, polio, Haemophilus influenza type B, and PCV. Um, and it was done in 3 stages. The first time I didn't have all that bad of a reaction. I did break out into a rash though. And according to what I've been told, I was a very colicky baby. I was screaming all the time. Um, After my second round of vaccinations, the rash spread. And it was actually my grandmother who noted to my mom, "Hey, something's wrong. Maybe you should hold back on the vaccination." So I didn't actually get my 4 months vaccinations when I was 4 months old. I was given them when I was 5 months because my mom wanted to wait to see if the symptoms would clear up before putting me through another round. But it was that final round that was sort of the nail in the coffin. Within 24 hours, I had developed neutropenia, fever of 105, full body rash. Oh, and that is when the epilepsy started. I started having back-to-back seizures. And this was all within 24 hours of receiving my 5 months old vaccinations. And I was hospitalized for a week after. Ever since then, I have dealt with epilepsy and a host of autoimmune issues. Though the epilepsy has probably been the biggest issue for me because the autoimmune issues would contribute to the seizures. But I'm not quite sure what the extent of the damage was. I just know that after that point, I had epilepsy ever since I can remember.
Do you still have epilepsy now, Natalia?
I still have epilepsy. I'm actually on an epilepsy medication right now, though I am trying to wean myself off the epilepsy medication eventually. I have, with the help of a practitioner, I have put myself on the GAPS diet because I have heard it can help with some of the autoimmune issues, the epilepsy, and even healing from a vaccine injury. So,
can you tell everybody what a GAPS diet is?
So the GAPS diet stands for, let me get I forgot the acronym. One moment. So the GAPS diet was second.
Well, what you can eat or can't eat then?
Oh, what I can eat and can't. It's sort of like the specific carbohydrate diet, but it is highly focused on restoring the gut balance. Usually found with children, especially with vaccine injuries. They have their gut is about they have let's see, it's supposed to restore the gut microbiome. Yes. And through that you are given high nutrient dense foods, lots of broth and fermented foods, and over time and with healing the gut microbiome, it can heal the brain, it can heal the rest systems the systems in your body. So it is basically a high vitamin, high nutrient diet to help restore balance.
Natalia, when was the last time you had a vaccine?
I have not had a vaccine since my reaction. My parents, after that point, I have never had another vaccination, and neither of my brothers were vaccinated.
So your brothers are younger than you, are they?
My brothers are younger than me. And
they have any of the conditions that you have?
They have some conditions due to some genetic predispositions, but neither of them developed epilepsy, and neither of them got as sick as I did.
Natalia, how did you navigate COVID with the whole mandating of the COVID shot? How did you get through that?
Me and my brothers, we were all homeschooled. So through getting through the COVID mandates, we stayed at home. We didn't really talk about like, oh, hey, have I been vaccinated or have I not? We just kind of kept to ourselves. So the COVID-19 mandates, they didn't really affect me personally or my brothers. My dad's in the military. He almost lost his job because of the COVID-19 mandates, because he refused to take the vaccination. Luckily he was able to get past that point. He did not lose his position, but he came very close to it. That was definitely a scare for all of us because of the health issues I deal with and some of the health issues my brothers deal with. We rely on the insurance for medical fees.
Natalia, what's your life like with vaccine injury? How has this affected you?
Lots of ways. So, where to start? It is a long story. So as of recently, the most prominent effect is I still don't have my driver's license. Which of course is for someone my age, it is an important thing for independence and be able to get out on my own. And it has also led to my family kind of handling me sort of very gently. I didn't get to really socialize or do the same things most of my peers did when I was younger, especially. Between the ages of 12 and 17, I actually got very, very sick. We did not know why. For the most part, except because some of it was the autoimmune issues, but I also had an increase in seizures, and I also had for about a month I couldn't keep any food down. I was having such bad stomach pain, and we never knew where it came from. And then about a couple months after that incident, I almost went into liver failure. The doctors had no explanation for that either. So because of all of this, I nearly had to drop out of high school. Even though I was homeschooled, I nearly had to drop out of the homeschool program I was in. And I ended up taking the GED because I was not able to complete my studies at the time because I was so sick. And it was only around 17, 18 that I started to be on the uphill climb and be able to get a job, start college and all that. So I was pretty much isolated from ages of 12 to 17 because of how sick I got, and we never were able to figure out where most of the sickness was coming from.
Natalia, sorry. It is so wonderful to hear from someone of your age speaking about what happened, because it really does help educate, again, your age group, which we're desperate to get to. What would be your advice to someone your age that doesn't understand that vaccines can cause harm and injury like they have done for you?
Honestly, I would say it does have to be a personal decision. Do your research. Make sure you know what you're getting into. For someone like me, at this age, considering the vaccinations, or even considering giving their children vaccinations, I'd say take it with a grain of salt. Don't let doctors bully you like they bullied my parents. Because it can cause lifelong harm. While perhaps not everyone comes down with epilepsy or comes down with autoimmune issues after receiving the vaccinations. You never know, and you have to know if that's a risk you're willing to take for the perceived safety. And they don't really tell you what goes in the vaccinations or really what the risks are. All you're told through advertisements and doctors that get the vaccine or this virus will kill you, even though these viruses have been around for centuries. It kind of boggles my mind that it's just now that these vaccines are being told, oh, this will save your child will die otherwise, or you'll die otherwise, even though we have found ways to deal with viruses in the past that don't require vaccinations.
Natalia, I think you're an amazing human being, and I think you should never stop speaking about what has happened to you. You speak very, very well, and we do need young people like you speaking out. Thank you so much for coming on the show this morning and for just being Natalia and educating us. And, every time someone tells their story, I'm sure it saves someone. So thank you so much, Natalia. Maybe you should write a book. I think that might be
I mean, I've considered it, like either writing a book or starting a YouTube channel, something to kind of bring awareness to my situation, and that mine is not the only story. It's kind of ironic because now I'm sort of having to rely on the same system that injured me. So.
Well, I know you're getting a lot of love from our viewers, and thank you, Natalia, for coming on and talking to us. We will write your name on the bus. We will sign your name on the bus.
I'm very happy to hear that.
Yes, we will.